Senator Michelle, what's your reaction to the National Party ditching net zero for here in Gippsland? Particularly, we are the hub of energy and will be the hub of energy transition.
Yeah, hi, good morning, Mim. Look, the National Party are in utter disarray. In abandoning net zero, they are essentially betraying regional Australia. You know, beneath my fury, I have deep dismay at this approach, because this stance only just reignites the climate wars, which we thought were dead and buried, but they clearly aren't. Regional communities have the most to gain from the energy shift, but they also have the most to lose, and they're feeling the impacts of climate change most acutely. They are literally on the front line of this thing. The Nationals are essentially saying to farmers that we're not happy to allow you to drought-proof your businesses. They're turning their backs on jobs in regional communities, and they're turning their backs on regional communities diversifying their economies. So I don't want to think too much about their stance. I think the Nationals actually have relegated themselves to irrelevance. I'm more focused on talking about what we are doing with respect to the energy shift, and Australians might be surprised to learn that just last month we nearly hit 50% renewable energy in the East Coast grid. So we were at 49.9%. Global momentum is accelerating, but momentum in Australia is also going north, and it's regions like Gippsland that are going to be powering both Victoria and the rest of the country.
What does net zero actually mean? And I'm not sure if I did a great job of explaining it. Can you put it in your words, Senator Michelle?
Sure. I see net zero as a journey, a pathway to a decarbonised future where we try and meet our energy needs without polluting the environment and making global warming worse. And so we are shifting away from our reliance on fossil fuels, which, to be honest, as a species, we have been in a toxic marriage with fossil fuels now for over 200 years.
Although they have given us great electricity, and for all the workers that have worked in that industry, thank you. What a great way to
totally
switch on a light.
That, but we also acknowledge, I've been to Gippsland, I've been to Morwell and Moe and to the Latrobe Valley. We also acknowledge the impacts that fossil fuels have had, particularly on people's health in relation to the Hazelwood fire, right? I met people who have now developed cancers as a result of that fire. So I don't think we should pretend that this hasn't come at a cost. It's come at a, sure, environmental cost, we know that, but also at a deep human cost.
So the meaning of net zero, though, quickly, it's a maths sum, right? You can still emit some carbon as long as it's balanced out somewhere else.
Balance it out.
So it has to, it's like an equal sign in the middle, and the carbon sum has to be zero, but the way you get there, it can be in different ways. With still some carbon emitted as long as it's balanced.
Yeah, but you can't actually pretend that we can continue to emit carbon and just offset all of it. It doesn't work that way. We actually have to shift our energy usage from fossil fuels to cleaner energy sources. So at the moment, it is renewable energy, solar and wind predominantly. But over time, we will see the emergence of low carbon fuels, things like green hydrogen, sustainable aviation fuels, biofuels, bioethanol, etc., etc. And those things will come. They're on the horizon. They will come. They're not mainstream yet. So it's about moving away from fossil fuels towards cleaner energy. And that is a huge economic boon for Australia, but particularly for the regions.
Where are we at around what port will be used, or what ports, plural, will be used for the offshore wind zone?
Yeah, that's right. So there was some contention over the Port of Hastings. We felt it was too close to Ramsar wetlands, and so it was knocked back based on environmental impacts. But it also illustrates the point that we are now seeking to pass some pretty major environmental laws through our parliament, and we need to do this in order to, one, build the homes we need sustainably, but also build out the energy infrastructure we need sustainably without adversely impacting on the environment. So we have to kind of balance both these competing things. And right now, we're unable to do this effectively because our environmental laws are broken. So we're urging the Coalition and the Greens to pass these laws in the Senate. They knocked them back last term, and it's causing all kinds of red tape and inefficiencies. If we can pass these laws, then we can start to make sure that we build out our energy infrastructure, build the homes that Australians need, particularly in Gippsland.
So do you think that the move to move away from net zero for the National Party, can that scare off investors and big business in renewables in Australia, say, for example, in the offshore wind zone?
So the energy shift is a multi-year, multi-decade project, and the one thing it needs is policy certainty. Business is not going to invest if there is uncertainty, and so we know with the Coalition, when they were in government, that they had 22 energy policies. It was energy chaos and secrecy, and it led to a chilling of investment in energy. And as a result, 4 gigawatts went out of the grid, 1 gigawatt went in, and we ended up with a grid that is currently unreliable, with coal-fired power stations having outages virtually every single day of the last 4 years since we came to government, and costs going up. So in order to bring renewables in and have that kind of long-term investment, we need to have policy certainty. So we don't have 22 energy policies. We have one energy policy, and it is working. We're seeing a huge uplift in renewable energy, 50% now in the East Coast grid. 4.2 million Australian households have taken up rooftop solar, and over 100,000 people have taken up home batteries. That's 1,000 households a day are taking up home batteries. Australians get it. They understand that renewable energy is the cheapest form of energy, and they are embracing it in droves.